So, briefly in previous episodes, disregarding the ones with a trip into the present to let some steam off, revolution, journalism, some aid from John Foster for Cheltenham, England, some adventures in Oltenia with I Hate You for Easter. I lied to Socrates. I told him this is what you say on Easter. I hate you, and he did that, scaring the British guy. Chaos, havoc with the distribution of charity. Then another trip to, but well, that's a bit later, but still in previous episodes, it was a move back and forth in time. To Bayamare, another crazy situation there. I didn't ruin the car, but we got in trouble because lunatics, they were fanatics. You need to see every tree on every fucking hill and on every mountain we have here. So trying to get there, I just climbed with the audio on a rock or something, one of those goddamn roads. Then adventures in the revolution, the revolution that was before. A hero. I have to say that. And nobody knows except me, you and me. I mean, it's in Newsweek. I'm quoted that, but otherwise, nobody gives a damn. The reason I'm doing this to feel good, and also I hope that I'm sharing this with someone fictional, someone there. And then the miners came down. They nearly shot Adrian. We found the bullet in the engine of the car, a Dacia. The Dacia, which was something like a small guarantee because it would be, I don't know, 20 times less than the Audi, which came eventually, but the guy, Stefan, a scoundrel, a crook, Trump-like character in a way, though much more charming. This one here, the idiot there is just the killer. Now he has the virus and gives it to everyone. Reminding me of the joke in the train with a guy in the train. He's vomiting in the train in a compartment with other, and the others say, or one of them, well, look, don't you think about us? Ah, okay. And then he's throwing some of his vomit to the others. So that's the way Trump thinks about it. He's throwing this COVID on the Secret Service and whoever. He doesn't care. Anyway, so Stefan, the car, and then the use of the car. That was magic. And I was saying in the last couple or 3 episodes about this thing which happened at the Mamaya, where I was intimate with a woman, superb woman, in a way that pays for it. It's to a very high price. Not that, I mean, she was not materialistic. It was just some attraction, affection, maybe. Alas, she was not from here. She was from Rashidson. And then this thing happened. We ran away, and then I had to use this car with a broken windshield, which I went to Buzău with Socrates to fix. I mean, there was you couldn't get a windshield here then. If brought, I think we made a calculation. If asked to be brought from Germany, it would cost just as much as the car in those days. I don't know, it was. Never mind insurance. I mean, insurance was covering, I don't know, maybe a signaling light, I don't know, a light bulb for the car. If there was, I mean, I don't know when it was out of the question. So we said, okay, we have this factory which was making windshields for here for Dacia, some for Aro, for trucks, whatever. So let's go there and see. And maybe and we went. They said, okay, let's take the dimension. They asked for some money, but anyway, not, as I said, the price we would have to pay for something from Germany. And we stayed in a hotel for 2 days maybe, and they said, okay, well, we can't do it today, but you'll have it tomorrow. I hope, I mean, I hope, I hope for my purse of the time. 3 days it would be with the windshield, with the fuel, with the rest, with Socrate. It would be much more. But then showing I didn't learn anything. So let's say, well, others act like the very stable genius, American Ceausescu. Not learning from the experience with that guy at Mamaia, where we went into the bushes with the car, and then he came and broke the windows with a big chomag, a big, I don't know, branch. I went again in the woods, near Buzău, with a woman. I mean, I met her. And in the woods, because the hotel was by that time, it was after 12 o'clock at noon, and you had to either pay for another day if you stayed beyond that, or just walk out of the, which we did. So having done that, I thought, okay, let's take a ride at the limit of the city, and then this is where we spent some time outdoors, having sex. And we returned to Bucharest, and then we had some trips to Germany. Some of them, one of them with it was with Ivan, the doctor, we called him. I liked this guy very much. He was a friend, a boyfriend of my sister at that time. And I liked him. I thought he was funny. He had some habits which were a bit strange, and they clashed. I mean, his personality and Socrates' character didn't match. In fact, they were somehow opposite, and they clashed on some things, like who has to drive when. I don't know. Socrates was more or less the mastermind of the operations. So he had. I mean, he made the calculus, the arithmetics of the thing. We would spend this much on fuel, and we will travel up to this point, and then we will get. Did that happen at that time? We went to buy a computer, I think, at one point. I mean, not I think, I'm sure. I don't know if it was with a doctor. Maybe. It's very possible. And once back, it took some time, some days before the guy who was interested in this supercomputer for this place. Otherwise, I mean, it's true there were very few computers anyway, but this was somehow special, I think, in a way. And it looked like we made a bad deal. I mean, we went so far to the thing, and the guy didn't show up. And I remember, we were all friends, but I was closer to Adrian. And we were discussing, and well, maybe we fucked up. Socrates, with his idea, made us sync with this thing. Eventually, in the end, it wasn't. Not this time. This time it worked. There were some other situations when I think twice we lost. It's true. It's a question of learn to fail and fail to learn, or learn to fail, or fail to learn. This is something Tal Ben-Shahar from Harvard keeps saying. In fact, I keep mentioning him. Positive psychology, free courses online, the most popular at Harvard ever. I mean, among all literature, philosophy, economy, this is the most popular. Temna, 1 in 5 students attended. So, and you can watch them. They're freely available online, together with so many others. You can watch philosophy from Harvard and from others, from Yale, I think, and there's Jordan Peterson. There's so much history. Anyway, from prestigious faculties. I don't mean amateurs like yours truly. So he was asked, "What do you wish for your students?" "I wish you fail more." Why? Well, if you don't fail, that means you don't try. You're just not making any progress. You're just lingering. You're just. But once you fail, you learn. And there's this example: somebody at the White House, maybe in the Clinton administration, a guy with this tremendous, fantastic success, no problem all the way through. But once he had a crisis on his hands, he didn't know how to deal with it because he never failed. Everything went smoothly for him, so he committed suicide. That's an extreme example, but it's just to say that, yeah, we need to. And we failed twice with Socrates. I know we took various things, crazy things sometimes, from artificial. There is such a thing as artificial caviar. Artificial, I don't know, it's not the very expensive thing, and we brought it from Germany to sell here. Generally, it's from the east. Well, it's true from Russia. Naturally, very expensive caviar is imported around the world from the east to the west. We brought it here, and that I think worked. We had a problem though with some things we bought. I remember a television set, which is a major. I mean, think of it. They weren't huge like now. You can't put one in a car. One like I have has let me brag. I think it has 170 diagonal or something. It's huge. That's good. No, but still, it was. So it took maybe half the space in the car. There was the boot, and aside from being such a big thing and a main piece in the sale back home, it was. It had to be fixed. It was broken because the guy fucked us. We went to a German. We think honest. Germany, we went there, among the most honest in the world, of course. Generally, but you have like everyone, like this fucking guy. So he showed us the television. Look, it's working. Okay, let's have a coffee. And when we went to have a coffee, we have a coffee. He packed, but he didn't pack the TV he showed us. He packed another television, which had to be repaired back home. So it was not a great thing. Plus, somebody else fucked us in the West. The idea is that people from the East go and do, and they did. I mean, we had such a hostility in. But let's speak about that tomorrow in Austria, in the next episode. How we nearly died of cold in Austria because nobody wanted to help us. It's an exaggeration. We wouldn't have died of cold, but there was a problem. They didn't. Termina. They didn't show any customer friendliness. People were customers. It's true. Before us, we had some people from here, Romanians. So well, people insist on making the difference a minority from here, but that's not neither here nor there. So they were from here, and they had eaten the swans from Vienna, from a park or something. Then they did some other crazy things, and with that, a reputation had been created, and we came on this wave of hostility, and we were. I was very disappointed. I mean, after that trip, I disliked the Germans, the Austrians, so much. I didn't care for going there, but well, I had to go a few times. Tomorrow, a bit more.